Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Call of Cthulu 2018 version. Less of a preamble this time. I'm just going to take a moment to refamiliarise myself with the controls, and then I'll just be diving right back into my office as a detective to find all the bits and bobs I've got lying around. So it would seem then that light, next light and previous light is to do with switching between light sources like torches, lanterns, candles, you know, because they will have a finite duration, obviously, and fuel will run out. So, forward, back, left, right. Apparently right comes before left for some reason. Crouch, run, interaction. Okay, so it doesn't actually tell me which key to press to open up the character sheet and stuff. I'll just have to work that one out for myself. Okay. Back I go. Yeah. So we're going back to Edward Pierce's office, and I imagine that I might only have a limited amount of time to look around and pick up things before something happens. I mean, the telephone might ring. Someone might walk in to talk to me. I don't know. It would be nice for the game at this early stage to allow me to interact with everything interactable in the office, because there's quite a bit of it. And I wanted to have a little talk about the character skills, which I like the look of so far, and some general thoughts about Call of Cthulu in the 1920s in general. But for now... Hey! You're making me replay this again?
I hate whiskey.
Okay. So once again we have our initial description of the office. We have our skills. The orange skills cannot be increased with experience, so we will gain character levels and we can put points into these skills. I noticed that investigation and strength are higher than eloquence, spot hidden and psychology. I didn't do anything about this, it's just the way it was given. So we should be focusing on investigation and strength to begin with initially. We have our one mental trauma. As these rack up, I'm sure the mental state will deteriorate. We have our inventory with the old army lighter, 77th Division, and for some reason it's been marked with the... Sorry, I'm not American. This looks like the 10th of July to me, but I'm sure it's not. It's the 7th of November 1918. And we have the case, which for now is just about our mental lack of control. Let's pick up our sleeping medicine.
I wonder why I still take these things.
Yeah. Let's take that. Because Jack likes his sleeping pills. He is addicted. Possibly an unhealthy addiction. Now, what have we here? We have... it's the 1920s, it's decadent, it's luxurious, the war is over, everyone is getting completely rat-arsed. Oh, that hand is messed up. That is not a... That is a massive tattoo for a First World War soldier. Are you sure he isn't a cultist?
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Okay. So it's not here. We have knowledge with our sleeping pills. Clues. No. Where would his notes be? Nothing new here. Hang on. I like the way I can make it come back like that. Yeah, no information. Inhabitants, places. That's the office. Clues, absolutely nothing yet. Okay. Well, what else can we find here? Oh. Wait. Turning the radio off saves the game. But there's all these things to look at! Oh man. I better answer the phone.
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Oh no.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Oh hey, I get to redo character points apparently. Allocate your character points. Each character point allows you to improve the score of a skill. Excellent. So 4 to push a 2 to a 3. 6 to push a 3 to a 4. Well, we just upgrade 2 of these twos then. So, let's see. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. Now, basically what that means is out of these 3 twos, one of them gets to stay a 2 while the others... So basically everything's going to be 3 apart from one thing. So what's his weakness? Spot hidden would be nice to have as a detective. Spot hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving this skill increases your chances to find hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in the game. There we go. Oh. Wait, what? 4 needed for next level. I've put 1. Wait. I've got 7 left. I had 8. So this was part way already? Hang on. Eloquence represents your ability to influence those you talk to by using your power of speech. Improving this skill increases your chances of convincing or manipulating during discussions. I think, as an alcoholic with horrible nightmares and shell shock from the First World War, this should probably be our dump stat, but let's see. Okay. So that's now a 3. But then surely that means I can do this. Interesting, so spot hidden was already part way there. In which case... Ooh. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So yeah, I can push one of these up. Ooh. I like this percentile system a lot. Investigation represents your investigative talents. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding past events by analysing a crime scene or an object and of picking locks. Well, we need lockpicks to do that though. Push that to a 30. That can go to a 30 as well. Now, I don't know if the benchmarks and the percentages, which is more important. I think the percentage might be more important, but I'm going to have fun with this. Let's push a point in here. Wait. Oh, 2 needed for next level, really? Well, damn. Only got 2 left, so I can push one of these to a 3. Or, I'll put a point in psychology there. And live dangerously and put a point in investigation here, because 45% is pretty good. It's nearly 50-50. There we go. Yes, that is okay. I do hope I get to interact with the other remaining things in the office before leaving, and I hope that I don't get cutscened out of here in the not too distant future. Right. Yes, I am okay with this.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, you do...
Wow.
I'm coming.
But there are things in the office I wanted to interact with. Skinny man with dark glasses.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem. And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Really? I mean, it is 1924.
You're free
after
to
all.
leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know
Oh
of her.
dear.
She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her.
Not the
The
Sarah
police accuse
Hawkins.
her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Ooh, detective work.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture.
Alright, but do I get
That's
to...
all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Awesome. Do I get to look at all the other things that were scattered around the room? Like, all these things that were here, but I now can... Come on, there was stuff here! Oh, fine. I'll look at the case file.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Yeah, I noticed that. The Chanty. Marriage on Darkwater. A shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insisted on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a reclusive life there with their only son, Simon. And I can look on the back of these just in case anything has been scribbled. That does not seem to be the case. And wow, that is very thin sideways, isn't it? Okay. Well, let's see. A strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case. Well, clues. So this... F. So I can turn these around. Is there something I'm rather obvious I'm missing here? Let's see. I may need to look back at this. AE nav main menu. Okay, so that's just going between these. Got it. Man, I missed out on all those things around here I could have looked at. It would be nice to look after he's gone, but I suspect I won't get the chance. That's really quite irksome. Okay, I'll look at this then.
Its strange beauty isn't enough to hide the feeling of dread it carries.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Where did Sarah Hawkins live?
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
What about Warehouse 36? Is that near Darkwater?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Getting a kind of Innsmouth feel here. Now, the police did mention that she was somewhat mentally unstable. Wait, there's more I can talk about here?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
Ah, no, okay.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
You think your daughter could have been
What
the
is
sender?
that key? Is it
That is
spacebar?
what go to Darkwater.
It is, okay.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Yeah, there's something odd here. Something... Investigation professional. I do have an investigation skill.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Well, I shouldn't go with that, so yeah, I'd better take the case.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Can I
Something's
at
queer.
least consider ransacking my
But
office?
it's not like I have a choice. Dark water.
Yeah!
I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
There's the things. So, one reason I'm interested in... Okay, that's not right. In finding out everything I can from my office is that, I'll get back to this, these two skills can only be increased through picking up things, through either reading occult documents to learn more about strange, unusual things that most people don't know about, or by picking up medical supplies. You know. So I would like to get into that. Dark water. Stephen Webster, 63. Looks like a slightly balding H.P. Lovecraft, to be honest, although the nose is a bit more beaky. Businessman. A wealthy businessman well respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his only daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusals nor inconvenient truths. He is ready to do anything to prove that his daughter was not mad. He might not like what he finds out. Sarah Hawkins. Age 33, so 30 years younger than her father. That's quite reasonable. Deceased. Painter. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised... Wait. Webster Hawkins... Yeah, okay. I was like, why does her husband have the same surname as her father? Whew, that was a close call, wasn't it? Right. Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress known for her party-going chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remained a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continue seek the truth. Shouldn't it be continues to seek the truth or continued to seek the truth? That is unfashionably long hair for a party girl of the 1920s. They had very short hair, slicked back and, you know, full of cream and brilliantine and all sorts of stuff like that. It was barely longer than the men's, to be honest. However, she's become reclusive and gone living alone on the island for a while. You know, she probably isn't that fussed about high society at the moment. Probably still smoked quite a bit. Right. Also, on regards of her mental state, bear in mind that our character starts out quite cynical and begins to learn about things over time. So, doctors in this period would prescribe all manner of mind-altering drugs without a second thought because they thought it would be helpful for a person in their case. So, our detective could imagine that Sarah here has just had too many wacky drugs. Right, Charles Hawkins, age 41, 8 years older than his wife. Okay. Ship owner. Charles Hawkins was a local celebrity on Darkwater, the heir of a ship owner family. He used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip to Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. He's also deceased. Simon Hawkins, deceased. He looks weird. I mean, like, seriously weird. Occupation, schoolboy. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins. He died in the fire that claimed his whole family. This is a very scarce background. Unless he becomes a really important clue to follow, this is giving the impression that he's fairly minor and should be easily overlooked. I'll try not to do that. Inhabitants, yeah, fine. Places, just our office. Occult. art of Sarah Hawkins. Intuitive and visionary artists, for some overpriced imposter, for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colours and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her visions of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal open to another dimension. Extract from a notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. The style of this image is not very 1920s. This would have been considered very passionate and unusual. This is more 60s or 70s art style, or maybe a bit 90s actually. It's not really... Wait a minute. R for a sub-menu? No. I was wondering if I could turn it round. No, I can't. Okay. Right. Dark water. Okay, so these were all under the dark water heading. I didn't notice that. Right. Clues. We have a painting. This painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and child. I'd say actually the monstrous silhouette looks like a portal to another dimension with flames exploding up behind it. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks it is linked to the death of his daughter. Sorry guys, I'm still not fully recovered yet from the sniffles. Is there blatantly... Hey, that is a weird crease on the side there. It makes me suspicious. It continues here. Interestingly, the canvas... So the canvas tucks under this completely with very little by way of creases. I can only rotate horizontally. I can't rotate... wow, that is really... That is not a new painting. Look at all those cracks. She must have painted this some time ago and now decided this was important enough to send to her father. Yes, I suppose I just about see the H in there. Okay. Right, jump to 1. We've got this and that. Okay. Now let's ransack our office for all the valuables before we leave. Oh yes, we are that foolish. There's a car outside. It ain't for me. I'm fine. There are books here on the shelf and I would like to study them.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Hey, anything about, you know, medicine by any chance?
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Alright, can I turn the radio back on? I cannot. Oh, beg your pardon everyone. Ah, an interesting book. I should be careful because I don't want to...
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Oh! Case solved. The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case, but when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you. Have we been blackmailing the guy? Ooh. That is... No, I imagine we solved the blackmail case, but now we've uncovered the information, so the guy can't really do anything to us. Can I close that? I can close that. Hooray. That book looks important. Oh man, actually they all look important. Okay. Hey, wait, we get a detective certificate?
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Yeah, I noticed. It looks a bit... Alright, let's be methodical and thematic and look at this book.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Okay, so whales immediately tie into the sharks from a nightmare earlier, so we want to be careful about that. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. My god, that was a long sentence. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows, But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to dark water.
Oh, don't you dare, game. Have you... Oh, good. I thought that it had hidden all the other clues for a moment. It's like, no, I want to look at these things, and I shall. Oh, hello.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
The husband never understood that his wife had left him. He kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Actually, 1920s, a lot of people wouldn't have understood that. Not necessarily even our detective. He seems to be a very liberally minded fellow, or he just doesn't care. Okay. So, am I getting all of these? Leave for dark water? No. Places. The island of dark water. It would seem that the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, and with only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of the whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute, and looking at the time, I don't know what kind of saving mechanic this game has apart from the radio, so I'm going to kind of hurry now.
Lost battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Because I don't want to have to play this again, necessarily. If it's using a weird checkpoint system, I need to bear that in mind.
I used to be an avid reader.
Evidently, and now apparently you just don't give a damn. Okay. Well, what have we here on this chair? The Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world. It details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Hopefully, it will also increase our medicine skill, so that we get to learn, hey look, picking up things increases your medical and occult skill. It, did a bit. Wait. 2 character points needed before next level. But it can't be improved by character points. Okay, so that's just because that would be standard for a level 1 skill. Okay. But it's got higher, hasn't it? Look at that. It's gone up to 12%. Magnificent. Yeah, we have 12% knowledge of medical practices. We're going to be totally safe now if we get a cold or something. Can I look inside this drawer? Please? I mean, like, seriously, there's stuff right there, you know? Do we not have a high enough spot hidden skill to notice the stuff in the drawer? I mean, it's... Hello? How bizarre. Well, this is still interactable. I can close it. Suppose I'd better... I'm not going to have another drink. I've already had one. Got to keep things in moderation, you know. Oh, hello. Map.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Really? It's your job, man. What is it? It's like clues from old cases? Probably. But you never know when some of it may come in relevant. Maybe. Okay, I'll leave the office and go on the case. But before I do, I think it'd be a good time to end the episode. Okay, guys, I know it got a bit halted there looking around the office, but hopefully I didn't bore the pants off too many of you. Hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'll say bye-bye for now, and Cheerio!